So hi, everyone. This is Sandy from eXp Realty in Honolulu. I have a special guest here with me today. I have Chad Okumura of USA Hawaii Mortgage, and he's going to be talking about a special program that he has for residents here in Hawaii. So I'm going to hand over to the mic to Chad and let him talk about it. Hi, Chad. Thanks for coming.
Hi, Sandy. Thanks for having me. So I'm going to share my screen and go through our presentation here.
Okay.
So I just want to make sure that you can see that, and let me know if you see the screens advancing, because every once in a while I have problems with that showing up on Zoom.
No problem.
Yeah. Okay. So we have a pretty unique program where we can help our clients make cash offers, but when they're really getting a loan. But before I get into that, a little bit about myself and who I am. I've been full-time as a loan officer since 2002, so 2 decades. So I've seen all kinds of markets, and yeah, we're not in too bad of a market right now, unlike what people might think. A little bit about our company. So we're relatively new to Hawaii. We opened up the office about 1.5 years ago. It's based in St. Louis, Missouri. We're 100% employee owned. The company's been around since the early 2000s. We actually are one of the larger private lenders out there. We closed about $5 billion in 2021. About 1,000 employees and 200 branch offices. And we're in every state except New York and Wyoming. So we can help clients in other states as well.
Okay.
We've been in the media as, starting up a new company who nobody knows who we are. We've got to be out there in the media. So we've been on the radio, in the newspaper, Pacific Business News, that kind of thing. We also have involved ourselves a lot into the community and done a lot of nonprofit stuff too. But a little bit about this program, we're coming out of an extremely strong seller's market, and, kind of leaves a lot of agents feeling like this, right?
Yes,
and
yes.
leaving us with offers like this, right?
Yes.
So, at USA, we know that that's an issue, right? And a lot of times our buyers have to go through multiple offers, way over asking, and it's just not a fun experience for a lot of buyers. We've got to throw in appraisal clauses, escalation clauses, emotional cover letters, huge down payments above asking. And yeah, it really is a rough market for buyers. And so we came up with this program, US Advantage program, where we can turn conventional loan buyers into cash buyers. So talk a little bit about how that works.
Okay.
So there are some lenders that will offer similar programs, but they'll usually go through third parties to do that. We're at USA, we're actually using our own funds to front this stuff. So, companies that are using these third-party companies are not using their own money, and so there's usually extra fees or extra steps that the buyer has to go through, or in some cases they actually have to rent back from that cash company until the loan closes. So we don't do any of that. On the day of closing, the buyer actually owns the property, and we don't charge any extra fees on top of that. So really, as the realtor, you got 2 steps. You just got to get the client pre-approved through us, and from there you go shopping. That's it. And when you create the offer, it's really done as a cash offer. There's a few caveats, but I'll go over those in a little bit.
Okay.
Once the client is pre-approved, they will get this nifty little cash offer certificate, which serves as a substitute for the proof of funds. Yeah, and so you can offer that to your seller. And so just cards on the table, we actually are, from day one, we are trying to run a loan on the back end. Okay. But if, they've already been pre-approved, so we're basically just looking at the property. If for whatever reason we're getting close to the finish line and we're not there yet, we will front our cash to close.
Okay.
Make sure that we're closing on time. So here's what we need on our end. Clients do have to be pre-approved. We do, so ultimately the buyer can do as low as a 3% down. But when we pre-approve them, we ask that they have 10% that they're willing to put towards the purchase. And that's only if, the appraisal comes in short or something like that, that they have the cash to make up the difference. But yeah, we verify 10%, but at the finish line, we can do as low as 3%. Conventional loans only. We are working on trying to do govies with this, but we're not there yet. Single family homes only. And the reason for that, I know that a lot of condo deals are going on, but the reason for that is I'm sure as realtors, it's been problematic with condos lately. with the extra forms that have to be filled out, and Fannie and Freddie being skittish with stuff like spalling, especially because of what happened in Florida and all that kind of stuff. So condos are a little bit more problematic. We are hoping to eventually add that to the mix, but for now, with condo guidelines where they are, we just can't. We do ask for a 30-day window, and we do ask for an appraisal, and that's where some agents get a little like, oh, but why are they asking for an appraisal? Ultimately, we do need that as our eyes and ears on the property to make sure that it is livable, it is sellable, that kind of thing. And I have seen cash offers in the past where not commonly, but I have seen cash buyers ask for an appraisal just for their own information. And so we ask the same, that it's a valid property, basically. Yeah.
Okay.
So we do offer other things other than this program. We do everything everybody else does. We do the conventional stuff, govies. We have what's called an offset mortgage, which allows us to help your homeowners finish faster and pay less in order to do it. And I actually have a little program that I work with in conjunction with that, where realtors can actually get a solid base of repeat clients because they're able to buy property after property because of this product.
Got it.
And now the flip side of what we saw in 2008 and 2009 with guidelines being too loose, we are starting to see the pendulum swing the other way finally. So we do have stated income type of programs, alternative doc, ratio programs, or if they're buying an investment property, as long as the payment covers the rental income covers a payment,
Sure,
they're qualified. We have institutional hard money for fix and flips. We can do multifamily and even reverse mortgages too. So we do a whole host of things. And if it doesn't fit within our box, we also have the ability to broker things out as well. And we have a lot of broker partners we can do that with as well.
Awesome.
We can also do table funding. So we can sign and fund the same day. So that comes into play, especially when we're close to the finish line. It's kind of nice to see sometimes we get to the closing table and the escrow officer comes in and says, hey, we got your funding already. That's always a nice feeling to have. Yeah. We've also switched to hybrid closing. So the majority of the closing docs are sent to the bar as electronic docs prior to closing. And so they only have to come in to do the notarized docs.
Yeah.
I do have some multilingual loan officers under me, Japanese, Mandarin, Cantonese, Ilocano, and Tagalog.
Oh, wow.
So that's pretty much the program and us in a nutshell. Unless you guys have any questions on the product or anything.
So you went over a lot, and thank you so much. It really sounds like a great program. And just to recap the main highlights, the best part of this loan is that people can actually make a cash offer. That's the strongest point, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's still really competitive. It's gotten a little bit better, but it's still very competitive. So they always say cash is king, and sellers love cash offers. So this is what's going to really benefit the buyers to have their offers accepted, because this is a cash offer technically.
Correct. Yeah. And with the conventional loan amounts above 960,000, that does open up a lot for the buyer.
A lot of doors. Yeah. Yeah. So just to go over some of the requirements for getting this loan, do you guys have like a FICO score that you have to meet, or is it a case by case, or how does that work?
Yeah. So as long as they're qualified for a regular conventional loan, that's all they need to do. So, they could even conceivably have credit in the 640s, but as long as they qualify for a conventional loan, they're good to go.
Right. Do you guys do the qualifying, or should we? You do. Okay.
Yeah.
So we would
have
just
to
contact you and just turn over all the paperwork to you and let you guys go to work on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Awesome. Wow. Okay. Well, are there any special incentives for such as teachers, people in medical fields, officers, police officers, firefighters, anything like that?
Yeah, so we do have some products, but their availability is kind of limited. Some investors have pulled those programs because of the current market.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we did up until like a few weeks ago, we had 100% financing for doctors, but that went away and now it's 95. So
not bad.
So we always are trying to give back to, essential workers, that kind of thing. So, we do have like first responder type of programs and stuff like that, but they are like I said, it's kind of in a weird place right now in the market. So I would
Sure.
need to check. So I can't say, oh yeah, we can offer this and this and this and that,
Of course.
because it could change tomorrow. Right.
Of
So
course.
yeah. So if you do have any clients like that, I'd be happy to talk to them and check at that point what we can offer them.
That sounds good. Yeah. Well, anything helps. As you know, in Hawaii, things are very, very expensive, and it's tough for locals to get housing. So anything helps, like I said. So I'm going to put your information on the top of the screen so people can reach out to you directly. I'm going to leave your phone number, email. What's the best way to contact you, Chad?
Fastest is email.
Email.
I
Okay.
definitely, yeah. So I make it a point to return all emails within a business day. If for whatever
Okay.
reason I don't, then please reach out. That means for whatever reason I must not have gotten it.
Got it.
Yeah, email, text, calls, whatever.
Okay.
I'm available either way.
Sounds good. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Chad, again, for coming and taking the time to explain your program and your company. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, and keep us informed if you do guys come up with any other programs that might benefit the buyers out here in this tough market.
Absolutely, I will.
Thank you so much, Chad. Take care.
Thank you, Sandy. You have a good day.
Thanks.